Ashina Castle. Sort of. Sort of. This is, I guess this is more of a mid-boss. But he's tough. That poison, the Sabimaru, that, definitely proves valuable. He's got some of those super powerful draws. Getting those deflects is tough on this one, and I'm so bad about avoiding those perilous slash attacks. Again, I'm too prone to dodging. Still playing it like Dark Souls. Yeah. Love those prayer beads. Ghosts are... Oh, ghosts once lurked in the land of Ashina. The ghost's lightning... too far away. That print's too small. The lightning reversal. The upcoming boss of the area has a lightning attack that will... lightning was of the fountainhead gods. Here we go. Pick up that item. Get that item. So it basically gives you a way to counter some of his lightning attacks. And I tried to fight him a few times, and he destroyed me. Hear that reed whistle. Right up there is the boss. But we are not ready. Sorry, Kuro. Gotta get gooder. Gotta get a little gooder. And so now we're back at Hirata Estates. Move this little ditty to the side. And so this is the past. The memory of the night at Hirata Estates.
Chief. 母上。少女よ。みんなどこへ行ったんだ。
巫女様。現実か。
久しいな。フクロウのせがれよ。
お蝶殿。言ってください。
そなたは
なすべきことをなすのです。
わかりました。
さて、 やろうかせがれ殿。
So my understanding is she is one of the first big walls. I think maybe this was my 4th try. I feel like this was where I really started to get a better understanding of just how I needed to start playing it. I had to dodge a lot less and start getting that posture damage and that deflection. And basically just playing the game the way it is intended to be played rather than how I would insist that it be played just because it feels a little bit like Bloodborne. Anything that ends up in the air really is susceptible to the shuriken. And that can go a long way. As if nothing else, keeping that posture damage up. I'm so bad at the swipes.
やるじゃないかせがれ殿。
This phase is a little less fun. You gotta really stay on her. Because once she starts summoning her BS, oh buddy. Because they hinted at it when Kuro was talking about the butterflies and etc. The illusion technique, which I think this is where you would use like the snap, not snap peas, I don't remember what the, but then yeah, once she turns them all into projectiles, oh man. See, even now, as I'm watching it, I'm still just getting too focused on it. This is exactly why I'm needing to do the voice commentary.
腕を上げたね、狼。
Memory of Lady Butterfly. And a Sakura droplet. To repeat the vows of the Undying and to be awarded resurrective power once more surely necessitates the aid of a divine guide. Skill point. Not great. Not great. more I think about it, the more I compare Sekiro to something like Breath of the Wild rather than Dark Souls.
私のためそなたは戦ってくれた。捨ておくことなどできるものか。狼よ、我が血と共に生きてくれ。
So that is how we got the power of resurrection.
Omae-san, どうやら古い記憶が目覚めたようじゃな。
巫女様を見た。
そうかい。司祭は聞かぬし、語りもするな。見えたものは己の内に留めておくもんじゃ。
武士殿はそこの仏で何かが見えたのか。
お前さん、人の話を聞いてたか。
どうなのだ。
炎じゃ。
炎。
何を備えようともそれしか見えん。一面の足名を焼き尽くすような炎。
それは
この話はしまいじゃ。
I'm going to try to get a lot of the Saki dialogues for a lot of the characters. You can give drinks to the sculptor, Ishin, and Emma. And there are 3 Saki types, or there are 3 of each Saki type. Enhance at attack power. The Phantom Lady Butterfly was appointed by the wolf's foster father as one of his mentors in shinobi techniques. These mentors employed strict methods. The cultivation of shinobi techniques can be only achieved in the heat of battle, I think it said. So now we're getting to the next real area.
この千宝寺は今や御仏の教えより外れたが、皆そうであることを捨て、至夏の探求に魅入られてしまいました。虜となれば何をされるかわかりません。お帰りになられた方が良いでしょう。 それでももしこの千宝寺に入る理由があるのならば止めることはいたしません。ただどうかお気をつけて。
I missed the dialogue, but when you continue on through, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl.
お主は言ったな。
But basically just says, oh, okay. Oh, go ahead then. So basically we're gonna go side boss hunting to get another prayer bead chain. that the controls on this game give me a lot of fits. Just having essentially 3 different dodge mechanics spread over 2 buttons. It's just, alright, on a thrust I gotta do my roll dodge, but on a grab, on a thrust I gotta use my dodge button for the Makiri counter, but then I also use that to dodge grab attacks and such. Then, if it's a perilous swipe, I gotta be ready to jump it, which is a different button. And I mean, it does not, how would I say, it doesn't, like, make the combat too complex. Like, it doesn't make it complicated, just kind of haphazard. I don't know. It's, I wouldn't go as far as to say that I don't like it. However, I definitely don't prefer it. It just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to really describe it. I love this area. Usually the ancient Japanese aesthetic doesn't do it for me. But man, Sekiro nails the environments. But I will say, I'm starting to notice a little bit of I don't know if it's by design or if it's just if it's being rushed a little bit. I'm not sure what the real stitch is, but I'm getting to the point in the game where kind of noticing a lot of unnecessary reuse of certain elements. So like the next big set piece is the exact same castle that we went through. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, we go through it a 3rd time to lead up to the final boss. And it's just kind of like, okay, so one of your biggest areas gets used for 3 separate dungeon encounters. 2 boss fights are essentially completely reused. 3 mid-boss fights are completely reused. Just like, okay, alright. There is still enough variety, especially in like the environments particularly, that I don't get bored or it gets mundane. But at the same time, it's like, where's all that Activision money going? Was that just a voice acting and script writing? Where is the production that I would expect Activision to insist on? And again, I mean, all of the environments look great. They're all fairly large in scope, but it's kind of, it's one of those things that when everything looks so good, the little things that don't just stand out that much more. But yeah, I think I was starting to say before, I compare Sekiro a lot more to something like Breath of the Wild than I do Dark Souls. Because for the most part, I feel like you could probably get through Sekiro without upgrading anything. Maybe the healing gourd, maybe the gourd seeds and all of that. See, they're using candy on us now. But like with Breath of the Wild, you can pretty much go to the final boss fight from the tutorial zone. I don't think I died here. It's getting cray. But like you start out with you have the same weapon, and yeah, you can upgrade the prosthetics and all of that, but it's not necessary. It's just it's the same as like getting different magic spells in Dark Souls, or getting different gem decorations, blood gem decorations in Bloodborne and stuff like that. So like all of those things aren't necessary, they just kind of add to the experience, we'll call it. But I don't know. This just feels way less like Dark Souls and way more like Breath of the Wild, which yes please. And it sounds like the new Star Wars game that just came out Friday is very much Sekiro style, which I would prefer that as opposed to something like Dark Souls, because I mean your lightsaber is your lightsaber, period. You're not gonna try to get different weapons. Whereas in Dark Souls, you know, you'll grind hours for your favorite weapons. So we cleared that out, and then we got in here. We got a nasty looking guy. We're not gonna mess with him. I already picked that up. Not much we can do with him. Let sleeping dogs lie, as they say. I just kind of left this in just because I really like the way it looks. Particularly like with the red trees and all of that. There's nothing to this area. This is just kind of a connecting little hub. So I could have cut more of that little bit out, but I didn't. So take that. You watched it. You and millions of others. Like in Sekiro World, I think this is the neighborhood I'd want to live in. Right here. Just this little spot. And so now we just got a little more cleanup to try to do. Get to another merchant. Oh, had a heart attack first time I did that. I wonder what broke to make all of these shards.
こんなところにも師匠も仏をさ。
So the persimmons are apparently plot items. So bought all of those eventually.
死者がリズク
Then we're gonna go through and get a couple items. So we see a little guy right across the way, and lo and behold, oh, there's another one. And these guys now have upgraded hats that the hatchet doesn't work too well on them. So we just gotta try to be a little more stealthy with them. And so we got a little bit of that. There's a guy right there. So we're gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. You'd really hope you'd be dead by the time you hit the bottom. It's 93 points apiece. It's not a bad little farming spot. And now we're going, I think we're going to get the red and white pinwheel. Might have accidentally cut the dialogue out with the dude we're getting it for. Just beautiful, beautiful scenery. Now, this mid-boss is definitely a gimmick, but one of the more interesting ones. So we're not going to go into it yet. We got these to pick up. Red and white pinwheel, simply spin something something. So then we had to come around again. See that bridge off in the distance. So getting to that is our priority. Hail Mary. almost glitched out. I don't remember exactly what. Basically, we got both of the pinwheels, just to kind of get them, but also the. I don't remember exactly what his quest line does. The guy we're getting these for wants a pure white pinwheel, and you can do one of two things. So you can give him the red and white, which he doesn't ask for, but he'll take because you're nice. And then you can go have him help out one of the merchants and upgrade his inventory. Or you can give him the white pinwheel right here. And he will he'll do something, and I think you'll end up having to fight him later. I don't remember. I remember hearing about it, but I don't remember exactly what it is. I think I missed that text bubble over there. I heard that breathing, but... Okay. I thought that was something you could eavesdrop on. So we got the monkey booze, and what is this? Oh, just gunpowder. Oh yes, this was a nice little surprise. Here we are back at one of our favorite little encounters. Except on the ground level this time. The Headless. I was trying to get a glimpse of him. So I think that flute, I think that's how you know that something is like a ghost or an apparition. I think that's the term they use, apparition. So yeah, that's the closest we get to Headless right now. Shinobi escape route leads to Demon Bell. So the Demon Bell is kind of an in-game hard mode, so that you can basically make the enemies stronger and more aggressive, but then also get better rewards. So there's a little, I might have included it in the next video. There's a little farming path that I do every once in a while, and so I'll usually hit the Demon Bell and go through all of that. But that's about to cut it off for this one, and we'll pick it up at the Demon Bell.